Hello, and welcome back to your weekly deep dive into the messiest, most unbelievable corners of Hollywood and reality TV. We're here to peel back the polished layers and find the raw, unfiltered truth that the cameras often miss. And today, we have a story that's so twisted, so bizarre, and so full of explosive revelations, it's going to blow your mind. We are talking about the Plath family. Now, for those of you who have been living under a rock or perhaps just haven't been watching TLC, the Plaths are the stars of the hit show Welcome to Plathville. They're a family with a, let's just say, a unique, deeply religious, and incredibly sheltered upbringing. We've watched them navigate the modern world, and it has been an absolute train wreck of drama. But even for the Plaths, what we're about to discuss takes the cake. We're diving deep into the stunning, heartbreaking, and frankly, absolutely bizarre saga of one of the show's central figures, Olivia Plath. The rebellious daughter-in-law who dared to challenge the family's rigid beliefs. The woman who for years has been a lightning rod for controversy. And now, she's finally speaking out in a way we've never heard before. We're talking about her latest tell-all podcast interview, where she drops bombs so big they could shake the very foundations of the Plath family's carefully constructed world. This isn't just about a broken marriage. This is about a complete and utter deconstruction of a family's public image. Olivia is spilling the tea on everything from her failed marriage to Ethan Plath to the chilling dynamics within the Plath family, including shocking accusations of emotionally incestuous relationships between siblings. Just let that phrase sink in for a second. We're going to dissect every single shocking revelation, every painful admission, and every single bit of proof she claims to have. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, because this is a story that unfolds with more twists and turns than a season finale. Let's start with the one that caught everyone's attention, Olivia's marriage to Ethan. For 5 years, we watched their relationship on camera, a constant tug-of-war between their drastically different upbringings. Ethan, a product of a strict fundamentalist household. Olivia, a product of a strict fundamentalist household herself, but one who had started to deconstruct her beliefs. It was a recipe for disaster. But what we didn't know was just how fast that disaster began to brew. In her recent interview on the Fan or Fanatic podcast, Olivia drops the first bombshell. She considered divorcing Ethan after just 1 year of marriage. 1 year. That's barely enough time to figure out whose turn it is to do the dishes, let alone decide if you want to spend the rest of your life with someone. She revealed that she went to her pastor father with her doubts, and his response was a gut punch. If you get divorced, that will break God's heart, and that will break my heart. Adicio, this is a classic example of the kind of emotional manipulation that can trap people in unhappy marriages. It's a powerful statement that shows the weight of the religious beliefs that she was trying to escape, and how they followed her even into her new life. She goes on to talk about her relationship with her own parents and her 9 siblings. She's now completely estranged from her religious parents and is only in contact with one of her siblings. Think about that. 9 siblings, and she's only talking to one. It paints a picture of a family fractured by belief, a story that many who have left fundamentalist communities can relate to. It's a sad but often necessary step for those who are trying to find their own path, and it sets the stage for the rest of her revelations about the Plath family. Now, let's get to the really juicy stuff, the Plath siblings, specifically Moriah and Micah. Moriah and Olivia were once inseparable, a bond forged in their shared desire for freedom from the Plath family's rigid rules. But in her interview, Olivia expresses serious concern for her former sister-in-law. She talks about witnessing Moriah's slow decline, saying, "I think there are a lot of people who are not well, and you'll never convince them of that. I don't think that she will seek help. It's honestly really sad because I knew her as a different person, and I saw the slow decline, and it's just been really sad." It's an incredibly somber assessment. It suggests that the damage done by the Plath family's upbringing is far deeper and more insidious than we ever realized. And then she drops the phrase that sent shockwaves through the fan community. When asked about the rumored romantic relationship between Moriah and her brother Micah, Olivia said, "I know the rumor. I have sometimes wondered myself." Let that sink in. She, the person who lived with them, who saw them every day, has also wondered about the nature of their relationship. But she quickly clarifies, adding, "What I will say is when they grew up, they had no friends. They only had each other as siblings, and they went through some really traumatic shit together. And I think that it bonded all of them in a somewhat weird and meshed way." She then used the phrase emotionally incestuous to describe their relationship. Now, let's be clear. She is not accusing them of actual incest. She is using the term emotionally incestuous, a psychological term that describes an unhealthy and meshed relationship between family members, where boundaries are blurred and the emotional needs of one are met by another in a way that is not healthy. It's a powerful and disturbing accusation, and it sheds a whole new light on the dynamics of the Plath family. It suggests that their isolation and lack of social contact created a bond that is both powerful and deeply problematic. It's a disturbing theory, but given what we know about the Plath family, it's not hard to believe. But Olivia doesn't stop there. She also talks about her regrets, specifically when it comes to her former sister-in-law, Lydia Plath. The fans of the show have recently watched a cringe-worthy clip of Ethan Micah and his ex-girlfriend mocking Lydia's boyfriend's proposal. Olivia says that seeing that clip made her feel regret, not because of them, but because of her own past behavior. She admits that she and Ethan used to see Lydia as the family's tattletale and would deliberately exclude her from their plans. She also says that when she heard Lydia say that her new boyfriend was the first person to ever listen to her, it made her sad. It's a surprising moment of self-reflection from Olivia, who has often been portrayed as uncompromising and defiant. It shows a softer side, a side that is capable of empathy and regret. It's a moment that makes her a more complex and relatable figure, and it also validates the struggles of Lydia, who has often been overlooked in the Plath family drama. Now, a lot of people have been asking Olivia if she feels vindicated, especially since more of the Plath family's darker sides have come to light on the show. And her answer is a definitive yes. She says that she has proof to back up everything she's ever said about the Plaths. She's not even watching the current season because she refuses to give her money and time to a network that promotes that kind of behavior. But she says that she has friends who have seen clips and told her what's happening, and her reaction is a simple, "Yep, I fucking told you guys, but no one wanted to believe me." It's a powerful statement of vindication, and it shows that she is not just talking to be vindictive. She is talking because she feels that she has been wrong and that the public has finally started to see the truth. She's no longer just a rebellious daughter-in-law. She is the one who saw the truth all along, and it's a powerful position to be in. And finally, she gives us an update on her own life. Olivia, who has built a successful career as a wedding photographer, says that her work has given her the strength to leave her marriage and find love again. She's now in a new relationship, and she and her new boyfriend are living together. She describes him as exactly what I was looking for, and says that he doesn't have a public life, which is something she is very grateful for. She also reveals that she is thankful that she didn't have kids with Ethan, a statement that speaks volumes about the emotional trauma she endured. So, there you have it. Olivia Plath, a woman who has been misunderstood and vilified, is now finally telling her side of the story. She's not just a reality TV star, she's a survivor. A survivor of a traumatic upbringing, a failed marriage, and a family that she says is far more complicated and twisted than we ever knew. And her story is a powerful reminder that what you see on TV is only a fraction of the truth. And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned next week as we continue to bring you the stories that matter, the drama that's hidden, and the truth that's stranger than fiction. Until then, remember to always look beyond the headlines. You never know what a person is truly going through. Peace out.